In Kazakh, possession is expressed not only by means of possessive forms, but the genitive case as well. When we explain the possessive suffix, we mentioned that the possessor should be in the genitive case and the possessed item is in the possessive suffix. In Kazakh, genitive case is used for possession and it expresses definite ownership corresponding to English preposition of. Genitive market nouns answer the questions kimning, whose, and nening, of what. Genitive case always occur before the noun possessed. Example, баланың кітабы, child's book. Үйдің есігі, the door of the house. The genitive case has 6 allomorphs such as nung, nung, dung, dung, and tung, tung, and each of the forms is used after specific stem endings. The forms nung, nung occur when the stem ends in a vowel and a nasal m, n, ng. For example, адамның, of a person, дүкеннің, of the shop. The forms dung, dung appear when the stem ends in r, l, i, u, z, and j. For example, үйдің, of the house, қыздың, of the girl. The forms tung, tung appear when the stem ends in voiceless consonants. For example, сабақтың, of the lesson, есіктің, of the door. The genitive case usually has 2 different functions. First and foremost, the genitive market nouns mostly function as modifiers in noun phrases or genitive possessive constructions. For example, Murattың 3 баласы бар. Murat has 3 kids. In this example, Murat is the owner of the kids, a modifier. The phrase Murattың баласы is also called genitive possessive construction. Second, they can be subjects in subordinate clauses. Example, мен Murattың баратынын білемін. I know that Murat will go. In this example, the main clause is мен білемін, I know, whose subject is мен, I, білемін, I know is the predicate. The subordinate clause Murattың баратынын, that Murat's going, is called noun clause or complement clause. It functions as a direct object of the main clause. In this noun clause, its subject is Murattың, Murat's or of Murat, and its predicate is баратынын, going, that is in the non-finite verb forms. The subject of such subordinate clauses tends to be in the genitive case. We will make a separate video about subordinate clauses in the future. It is noteworthy that in some cases the genitive case can be omitted on the one hand. For example, үй іші, inside the house. On the other, the genitive case is obligatory to the construction. Example, атамның сөзі, my grandfather's words. So the question is, how do we know when it is obligatory or optional? In the following circumstances, the genitive case must appear. First, if there is a demonstrative pronoun or attributive phrase before genitive possessive constructions. For example, бұл кітаптың мазмұны өте қызық. The content of this book is very interesting. Сен барған жердің ауа райы қалай? How is the weather in the place you have been? Second, if a noun takes a possessive suffix before genitive case, then the genitive case must appear after the possessive. For example, қаламыздың көрінісі көркем. The scenery of our city is beautiful. Әкемнің хаты табылды. My father's letter is found. Third, if the adjectives, certain pronouns, and the numerals function as possessor, the genitive case must attach to them. For example, үлкендердің сөзі, words of the elders. Бәрінің қызметі, the work of all of them. Алтының жартысы, 1/2 4. After the name of a person, the genitive case must appear. For example, Айгүлдің сөмкесі, Айгүл's bag. Асанның шығармасы, the works of Asan. 5. if there is a word between the genitive markets and the possessive market nouns. For example, Асанның жақсы досы, Asan's good friend. Ауылдың жаңа өнімі, the new products of the village. 6. When forming superlative adjectives, for example, аттың жүйрігі, the fastest horse. Сұлудың сұлуы, the beauty of the beauty. In the following circumstances, the genitive case can be dropped or it is optional to the sentence. First, some fixed phrases for proper names. For example, халық газеті, People's Daily. Ұлт жанашыры, National Sympathizer. Қазақ жастары, Kazakh Youth. Second, certain postpositions require genitive market complements. For example, postpositions of location such as aldı, front, arты, back, asты, under, üstü, above, қасында, next to, and so on. In most of these cases, the genitive case is optional. For example, дүкен қасында, next to the shop. Үй алдында, in front of the house. Үй іші, inside the house. Ауыл маңы, surrounding of the village. Third, if there are several parallel genitive market modifiers in the sentence, the genitive suffix is added to the last noun only. The genitive marking on the preceding nouns can be omitted. For example, біз бұрын қазақ, қырғыз, өзбек және татарлардың билерін көргенбіз. We have seen the dances of Kazakh, Kyrgyz, Uzbek and the Tatar. Асан, Асқар және Арманның үйлері осында. Asan, Asqar and Arman's houses are there. Those are for today. I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you for watching.